The wolf who chose the storm. There was once a wolf who was cast out of his pack. Not for weakness, not for betrayal. He was cast out because he asked questions the others refused to answer, questions like, why do we run from the fire instead of toward what we want? And why do we call the alpha's fear wisdom? The pack did not kill him. That would have been merciful. Instead, they simply turned their backs one by one until the forest closed behind them and he was alone. Winter came early that year. He had no pack to hunt with him, no den built by other paws, no warmth but his own blood moving through his own veins. The other wolves said he would be dead by the first snow. They said solitude was a slow execution. They were almost right. He grew thin. His ribs pressed against his fur like the bars of a cage built from the inside. He hunted alone and failed more than he succeeded. He learned, the way all abandoned things learn, that the world does not owe survival to anyone, not even to the ones who deserve it. But here is the thing nobody in the pack understood. Suffering is not a punishment. It is a curriculum. Every failed hunt taught him the wind. Every night he shivered alone taught him where warmth truly comes from, not from a group that only accepts you when you're convenient, but from a fire you learn to build yourself. Every scar became a sentence in a language only he could read. You are still here. There is an old, quiet cruelty in nature that most animals spend their whole lives trying not to see. It is this. The universe does not care whether you live or die. It offers no apology, no explanation, no applause. A rabbit does not die because it deserved to. A wolf does not eat because it earned the right. Meaning is not handed out by the forest. Meaning is taken. The lone wolf understood this before the others did. Because the others still had the luxury of pretending the pack would protect them from the truth. He no longer had that luxury, and so, without a family to soften the world's indifference, he did something the others never had to do. He built his own reason to keep moving, not because the world gave him one, because he refused to die without one. By midwinter, he had stopped hunting like a starving animal, begging the forest for scraps. He began hunting like something the forest needed to fear. He was not stronger than the wolves who exiled him. He was not faster, not larger, not more cunning by nature. What he had, what solitude had forged in him, like a blade, left too long in the coals, was the willingness to keep walking into the storm long after comfort-seeking animals turned back. Spring came. It always does eventually, for those who survive to see it. He did not return to his old pack. He did not need to. He had become something the pack's warmth would never have allowed him to become.
An animal who no longer feared being alone because he had already met the worst version of loneliness and outlasted it. Years later, young wolves would speak of him in low voices, the wolf who walked out of the tree line each dusk, scarred and silent, needing no pack to make him whole. They called him dangerous. They called him strange. What they meant was free. Here is the truth beneath the story. You will be cast out of something eventually, a job, a friend group, a version of life that once felt safe. The forest will not warn you. It will simply close behind you one day, and you will be alone with your hunger and your doubt. You will be tempted to believe what the pack believed, that solitude is a death sentence, that suffering is proof you were never meant to make it. You were not cast out to die. You were cast out to become. Pick up the cold, learn the wind, build the fire yourself. The world will never hand you meaning, but it will never stop you from taking it either. Walk into the storm. That is where wolves are made. If you like this motivational video, please do like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.